Sir, good morning. Sir, if you're talking, I'm unable to hear, sir.
I'm also no, I couldn't hear.
Hello, who's that?
Yeah, myself, Vijay. No, I'm
Oh,
also not able to hear the trainer. I don't know whether
yes,
he's speaking or not.
yes, Vijay. I'm also unable to hear. Not sure if,
Yeah, I have
sorry.
pinged him. I have sent a message also here, but I didn't get any reply yet.
I ping in the group, actually.
Okay.
Vijay, can you share me your contact numbers for if at all any queries regarding everything I can
Yeah.
contact
Okay. Yeah. Sure. 6360
6360
517
517.
389.
Okay, thank you. I will just send you WhatsApp message.
Yeah. Okay.
My name myself, yes. Thank you.
Okay, dear. Okay.
Thanks, man. Bye. So I think still we are unable to hear sir voice, right?
Yeah. Correct.
You're thinking.
Voice, do you hear?
Now, yes, sir. Now, can you speak again? Because voice is slow.
Oh, voice is clear now.
Yeah, can you speak a bit louder? It is a bit low.
Now the voice is clear now.
It is not like every day, sir. It is a bit low, very low.
Clarity, my voice is clear.
Sir, it is somewhat low, sir.
Some other noise we are able to hear.
You have to mute yourself. Whatever, whoever, mute your side.
Uh, I don't think so, sir. I'm alone actually, but some other side I muted it after that. Some other noise.
Riyaz or Clarity, they have to mute themselves. Then my voice
Yeah, I
will
have also muted mine, but I don't know.
check my voice is clear now.
It's still low.
Just a minute. Mr. Vijay, Riaz, are you clearing my voice?
Now it's somewhat
It
better
is not
than
like
earlier.
every day, sir. Yeah, every day it is very
Okay.
clean.
Today we are going to discuss about advanced filter commands. So find and grep. So today we are going to see find and grep command, advanced filter commands. First find command.
Sir, actually, daily you are sending videos or how, sir?
What I already sent a link to you.
One link you shared, sir. Actually, 26 videos are there. But whatever the classes daily happen, that videos you are not sent, sir.
See that like that only everyone video is there. So whatever the video is there, simple filter commands, installation. I given the headings.
Mhm.
See today what we are going to discuss advanced filter commands. That video will there. Next disk management, booting process. One by one. What we are daily discussing, every video is there with class number. Class 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that.
How will I get the video? With whom should I check?
Link to who paid the complete money, I am sharing the link. Or they will inform me. So they paid complete money, then I will share the link.
Is it okay? Because I made the payment last week itself and it is confirmed. Okay, I'll check with Durgasoft again today about
You
this.
can ask them if they call to me, I will share the link. Complete all administration videos are there.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir, apart from those 26 videos, any other videos also, other things to be shared? Sir? I got that 26 videos from your side.
That is enough.
Okay, sir.
After
Okay.
1 week,
And
I will ask questions about some administration tasks. Okay, then you have to ready to give the answers.
okay, sir. Okay, sir.
That is more
Okay.
than enough.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, we are going to start advanced filter commands. Find by using this command, we can check the files and directories. Grep, global regular expression. By using this command, we can search a particular string in a file. And a particular pattern, many Linux commands. So yesterday also we discussed so many Linux commands. We can have the output will come in that particular output. If we want to see, we can use the grep command. Now we are going to see practically about these commands. To check the file in current directory. For example, where we are PWD means present working directory, it will display. I want to search a file in this present working directory, find dot hyphen name. So file name, for example, I am orange. So orange is there. Orange 1 is there. Orange 2, 12 are not there. Like that. If you want to search a file in your current directory, the command is find space dot represents to present working directory space hyphen name. What is the name of the file? You can give the name. So whether it is there, it will show, otherwise it will not show you. So I want to find a file in some other directory, for example, home directory. Find, mention the home directory /home hyphen name. So I want to search there is a file apple is there or not. So previously dot we given, dot means current directory. Now what I am giving here /home. So I want to search under /home, is there any file with the apple? So apple is there. And next one, if you know the file name, but you don't know the location. Interview they will ask the question, I know the file name httpd.conf. I know the file name, but I don't know location. How do you find? Find. So in Linux, any file or any directory must located under / only. So find /. Find space / means any subdirectory or any file must be located in this / only. Hyphen name. So what is the file name? httpd.conf. I don't know the location. I want to search. See, it shows the location. So /etc//conf/httpd.conf. So this is the location. So under / wherever it may be, it will search. Next to find, say /space-name apple. So wherever the apple file is there, it will search and shows. So Macintosh vendor apple drivers are there, and under /root one apple file is there, under /home one another apple file is there. Like wherever it may be, it will display here. And also sometimes in interview they will ask the question, for example, I am creating a file, apple, see here. So capital letters apple file is there, small letter apple file is there. So I want to search the file now, apple. Find /home hyphen name. So apple. So only a small letter apple only it will display. So I want to ignore the case sensitive. For example, here you can use option I name. So ignoring the case sensitive. Now both will display. So to find the file names ignoring case sensitives, you can use the option I name. find space /home space -iname. So ignoring the case sensitive. Next, to find the directories, find space / hyphen type D space hyphen name D1. So wherever the D1 directory is there, it will display. Next, to find the files with permissions, find space.
What is
For
the
example,
hyphen type, sir? Why
hyphen
will
type
type?
D means directory.
Okay.
So
Will
searching
type of the
directories.
file. Okay.
Yeah, searching directories and hyphen name. What is the name of the directory?
Okay.
Okay. How
The
to say?
name
Yeah, directory name is D1.
D. Okay.
Yeah.
What is D?
See, this is the directory name.
Okay.
Type, which type I want to search in directories. So what is the name of directory? D1.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Hyphen type space D is the option.
Okay.
Hyphen name is the option to write the directory name.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Next, to find the files with permissions, find space hyphen root space hyphen perm. I want to search 777 file permissions. Only one file is there. I want to search 666 file permissions. No files are there. I want to search 644. So many files will come. So by default permissions are 644. Next, I want to search only read-only files. Find space / root hyphen perm /u equal to r. Only read permissions. How many files are read only? Generally 600, 644 we can use, or else you can use this option also. /u equal to r. So read only permission files we can check. Next, to find empty files. So what are the empty files are there? Find space /root hyphen type f. F means F refers to files. Hyphen empty. See, 0-byte files. So many files are 0 bytes only in Linux. So it will display like that. So like this find command we can check, and also we can check the files with inode numbers. So you can check inode number ls-i. For example, in interview they will ask how to check the file with inode number. So here, for example, I am taking 7568. So find /inum inode number 7568.
Sir,
Now it
sir,
will check.
actually, the file name I am not sure. First three characters I know, sir. For example, there are multiple ISO images under one location. I want to know that name. I mean, 4-5 ISO images there, but I don't know exact name. Then how we can search, sir?
So star AB star.
AB after AB star.
Star. So first two characters you are going to give, then give star, it will display. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, this is the find command. Now grep command.
Sir, for example, high-sized files, we can also search, na, sir, by using this find.
We can also search.
The syntax is same, na, sir.
Syntax. Size size 0 bytes 4 KB. You have to mention. You see, for find we have 100 50 to 100 commands are there. Not all required. Which is required, we are going to use that one. Okay. Now we are going to see grep command. So global regular expression. So grep is the command generally we are going to use in Linux. So in so many combinations. Yesterday we seen which one more and some other commands. Now see grep command, global regular expression. So by using this command, we can get the required expressions from the file. We can also combine this with other commands to get particular information. Now see, yesterday we seen more space /etc/passwd. So page wise it displays the information. So I can check like this, one by one I can search. So, but by using grep command, now what I want to search, grep root, the particular string I want to search. So where the root name is there, it will display. Because if you have thousands of users, so I cannot go for more command. I cannot search where is Srini user is there, where is Nivas user is there. Now I can use grep Srini is there or not. Yes, is there. That information will display. Next to grep -n capital A2 group name wheel or username root. Sorry, group name wheel. All the groups information located under group file etc group. So after a group name wheel, I want to search next to 2 lines. So grep number after 2, which name wheel group is there in etc group. So after that 2 groups, mail group, UUCP, these are the system groups by default will come. It displays. Before wheel group 2 lines. See before. So after before. So 9, 10 lines are displaying. So wheel is 11th line and 12, 13 displayed.
Oh, sir, it is displaying 10 and 11.
Before 2 lines, after 2 lines. What are the particular word given?
Okay. The after 2 lines were not displayed, right? 9, 10, and 11 alone only. Okay, 11, 13.
This is 11th one, 12th, 13th. After 2 lines, it displayed. So before 2 lines, 9 to 10 it displayed.
After wheel, that means is a group or file content. Grep for file content.
That is a group. So etc group, there is a group file name. So in etc group, you have a wheel group is there by default.
Oh, so we are searching the string again within the file.
Yes. Within the file.
This file is holding list of groups.
Yes.
Okay.
Now you can also mention the color, grep space hyphen color, a particular information if we want to highlight. So it shows root name. I am going to highlighting. And this grep command also we can use with different combinations like ls. So I can have number of files and directories in real-time databases. thousands of files and directories. I cannot go for more command. I cannot search, enter. It will take more time. So I want to know whether the particular file is there or not. ls pipe, particular string, pipe grep, orange is there. So like that, ps-e, yesterday we seen the command. It shows the every process in the system. But I cannot use more command. I cannot go for 1 and 1 enter. So I want to know bash is running or not. ps space -e pipe grep bash is running or not, is running. zsh is running or not running. Like rpm -qa. So yesterday we seen this is the command to see the packages which are installed on the server. So many packages are installed. So I cannot go for grep more command. I cannot press enter. It will take more time. So I want to search particular package is installed or not. So then you can use the grep. So rpm space -qa pipe grep. See bash is there or not, it will display. If it is installed, it will display. So installed. Now you can go for another package. For example, zsh is installed or not. Not installed. So like grep command, while we are doing administration tasks, we can use when we required. Now we are going to start the first Linux administration, first class. That is file system management or disk management. See, after installation of Linux, if you want to install any softwares like Oracle, Hadoop, and SAP, we need to create new partitions, format the partitions, and mount the partitions. So like you can take any operating system, Windows, after installation of Windows, if you want to create new drives, how you are going to create? So you are going to create like my computer, click on manage. Click on disk management. So here disk name it is showing disk 0, C drive, D drive, E drive. Already I created complete partitions on the disk. So if you have the free space, you can right click on the free space, you can create a new partition. Like that in Linux, now we are going to create the new partitions. How to create new partitions in Linux? So before going to create the partition, first of all, you have to know which are the available disks in Linux, how many partitions are created. Now, to see available disks and existing partitions in Linux, command is fdisk space -l. So remember this one. So each and every point is entry point of view. What is the command to see the available disks and existing partitions in Linux? Command is fdisk space -l. So here how many disks are there? Again I am running this command, see fdisk space -l. How many disks are there here? Only one disk. The logical device name of disk is SDA. So in this disk, at the time of installing the operating system, we created 5 partitions. So first 3 are primary partitions. Fourth one is extended, means this is the complete free space of the disk. In this extended, we created another logical partition at the time of installation. So you can check here cylinder numbers. So whatever the space we selected in Linux or Solaris or any Unix operating system, the space is divided into cylinders. The cylinders means a small units it will divide. So each cylinder may approximately 512 bytes will come. Now see first cylinder number ending 26. 26 to 1301. Automatically it will calculate. No need to bother about for cylinders. 1301 to 1428 up to yeah.
Is it always first three partitions are primary and then it is extended partition, or like only in this case it is yeah?
No, so by default Linux supports first three as primary, fourth one extended. Automatically it will do. No need to tell us.
Okay, thank you.
First three are primary, fourth partition extended. Always automatically it will take.
Okay, understood.
Yeah. Next to so fifth one is logical. See, this is total space 1428 to 2611 means approximately 9 GB is free space is there. So in this I created another partition. So 1429 to 1556 are used. So now what is the free cylinders 1557 to 2611 means approximately 1100 cylinders are free means so 8000 MB. So 8 GB is free space for me. So already 5 partitions created. So we can create 64 partitions in Linux. Total disk we can create 64 partitions. Now I am going to create a new partition. See, these are the available disks only. But like in Windows, you can see C drive, D drive, E drive. So here we can use the command df-h. So I want to know which file systems are created. See, slash is created, boot is created, home is created. So like if you open my computer, C drive, D drive, E drive, how it will display? In Linux, you can use the command df-h. It will display the which partitions. Root is the operating system directory. Boot is portable files location. Home is user's home directory. Normal user's home directory it will display. Okay, next I am going to create a new partition. See carefully. You have to observe. So fdisk space disk name. Fdisk space disk name. Enter. So you can get one prompt command colon. So here if you give m, it shows the help commands. This is the partition table prompt. So command colon m. So here available commands it will display A bootable flag, P edit the disk label, D delete the partition, L list on the partitions, M print the menu like this. So P print the partition table, N add a new partition like this. So before going to create any partition, first we have to analyze the existing partition table. So type P command colon P. So these are the partitions only just now we seen by using the command fdisk-l. So same it is repeating here. So now I want to create a sixth partition. So to add a new partition, command is n. N add a new partition. Enter. So first cylinder number 1557. Enter. Size of the partition. So you can give the last cylinder number or else. So simply we can give our understandable language 100 MB. So plus sign is must 100 capital M. If you want to give in GBs, you can give capital G. So what I am giving only MBs plus 100 M. Enter. Okay. P. Sixth partition is created. So again I want to create another partition N. First cylinder number. Now see here what is the last cylinder number 1570 for sixth partition. Now 1571. Enter. plus 100 MB. So P. Now see another partition created. So we created 6th partition and 7th partition. Now my work is completed here. I want to come out from this partition table with the save and exit W. So if you do any mistakes, if you wrongly given the cylinder numbers, you can come out without saving by using Q. So if you did the right way, you can give the W command, save and quit from the partition table. So the partition table has been altered. Rereading the partition table failed. Error number 16, device or resource is busy. The kernel still uses the old table. The new table will be used as the next reboot. But in real-time scenarios, we cannot reboot our server production environment 24/7. The applications is going on. So every time if you create a new partition, if you reboot, so end users can get the problems. That is the reason. So we cannot reboot our servers. So what we have to do without rebooting, how to update the new partition table information to kernel? They will ask the question in interview. So I created one partition, but I don't want to reboot the operating system. I want to update the new partition table information to kernel. The command is partx. To update new partition table information to kernel, command is partx/2/sta. So run this command 2 times. See, first time it displays only 5 partitions only. So I created 6th and 7th partitions also. Again run this command. So /2/6, 7, 2 partitions updated. So first only 5 partitions displayed. So second time once run this command, 2 partitions also updated. Now in
Why it
RHEL
is
7,
showing error, sir? Why it is showing error?
because already they are in accessing, device or resource are busy. Already the partition is created. So when it reading, it is busy. It shows that error.
Okay.
So in
once I run
RHEL,
this,
yeah,
once I run this command, only like 5 partitions will be updated in the kernel. So again, I have to run to update the remaining partitions, or how is it?
2 times we have to run this command.
2 times. Okay. Even if I have created more than 10 partitions also, just running 2 times
Just
is
2
enough.
times. Yes. First time old table it will display, and next time new table it will display. How many partitions you created? Just 2 times you have to run.
Okay, got it.
So if you are working with RHEL, this is RHEL 6 version, RHEL 7, simply you can run part pro. Part pro. Remember this point.
Okay.
See, RHEL 5, up to RHEL 5 version, part probe is there. RHEL 6, they introduced partx. Again, they removed this command. Again, they introduced part probe.
Okay.
So this command you have to run 1 time only. Okay, RHEL 7, you can use part probe.
Okay.
Okay, now we created 2 partitions. So after creating partitions, I want to write the data. So if you want to write the data, what you have to do? You have to format it. So formatting. So then once you are going to do the formatting, you can remember the file system, supported file systems. So Linux supported file systems, nowadays we are using ext4, ext3 is their previous file system, ext3, ext4, XFS. So XFS high-end clustering environment we can use, normal databases we can use for ext4, and previous file system ext3 also I am going to show you, and converting the file systems, how to convert also we are going to see in this class. Like Windows supported file systems are NTFS. So already I showed you in my demo class. So disk based file systems we are having. Now how to know the file system in Windows? Right click on the drive, click on properties, then you can check here. This is the file system type. So every operating system has its own file system. Windows is NTFS. Linux we have ext2, ext3, ext4, XFS. But ext2 is a old version, but still ext3, some servers in real times may be ext3 file system. By default file system from RHL6 is ext4. From RHL7 onwards, XFS. So you can format as your wish. That is not a problem. What are the differences we are going to discuss in our classes only. So first, what we did here, we created two partitions, 6 to 7, but these partitions are not yet formatted. Now I am going to format 6th partition in ext3 file system. So formatting the file system into ext3, mkfs.ext3 extended 3 space, what is the partition number, /2/sta6. So entry point of view, we cannot mention partition number /2/sta6/2/sta7. So what we have to tell, so what is the command to format the partition into file system ext3? So command is mkfs.ext3 space device number అని చెప్పాలి, లేదా device name అని చెప్పాలి. So we have to tell the name of the device, but you cannot tell mkfs.ext3/2/sta6/2/sta7. If we give the answer like that, they can easily find out we are the fake experience. So formatted. So after formatting, what we have to do, I have to write the data. So if I want to write the data, what I require address. That address is nothing but a directory. So we are going to mount the partition to write the data. See, Windows, when you create a new partition, automatically it will assign the drive letter, then it will ask you to format. But Linux reverse. First we have to create the partition, then we have to format the partition, then we can assign the drive letter. So in Windows we are calling as a drive letter, here we are calling as a mount point. A mount point is nothing but a directory. So to mount the partition, create one directory, mkdir, for example, /oracle. So now mount space /dev/sta6 space /oracle. So attaching a directory to the partition is nothing but a mounting. What is mount point? They will ask a question. Mount point is a storage address of our data. Like D drive, E drive, F drive, Windows automatically give to us. In Linux, we have to attach manually. Now df-h. Now see, mounted. So whenever the database administrator wants to install the database, so we are going to provide the partition like this. So when they are installing database, it will ask the question, where do you want to install Oracle? So they can manage /Oracle. All the Oracle database located under this territory. Like Hadoop, create another partition, mount with Hadoop, like that. Whatever the database administrator, application administrator wants to install their applications or databases, as a Linux administrator, you have to create the partitions, you have to make the partitions available to them. That is only we done. Now, this is not permanent mounting. Whenever you reboot your system, automatically Oracle will unmount. Unmount means offline. So what we have to do, we have to mount it permanently. So to mount the file system permanently, open the file. This is a very critical file. Carefully edit this file. If you do any mistake in the file, if you reboot your system, it will not boot. We are going to maintenance mode. So if you do any mistake here, come out from save without save, and again you can write the syntaxes. Open this file, go to last line, insert a new line, escape O. So partition number /2/sta6, mount point is /oracle, file system type ext3, permissions defaults. So 0, 0, these values tomorrow I will give the notes. Interview point of view, they will ask the question. What are the fields in etc fstaff file? So we open the file, I given the device number, mount point I given, file system type, mount options or permissions I given. So 0, 0 values I given. What is these values? Tomorrow I will give the notes. Save the file. Now, once you return the entry in this file, first here only you can check whether it is properly working or not. So first unmount it. Unmount means offline. Now you can see df-h. Oracle is not there here, unmounted. Now again I want to mount it. Mount space Oracle. Now see, there is no error. Properly mounted. df-h. Now Oracle is mounted. See, remember, mount means online. Unmount means offline. So somebody, they will ask the question. So in which scenarios we are going to unmount the file system? Whenever you are going to take the backup of file system, we have to unmount the file system. Whenever you are going to check the errors in a file system, you have to unmount the file system. So in different, whenever you want to change the parameters of a file system, you have to unmount the file system. So these are the reasons. Interview they will ask. So mounting, unmounting. Mounting means online, unmounting means offline. They will ask the question, why we are going to unmount file system? What are the reasons? So when we are going to take the backup, unmount the file system. When I want to change the parameters of file system, unmount it. When I am going to check the errors in file systems, unmount the file system. Okay, this is tomorrow. We are going to format into ext4 file system and we are going to permanent it. Then this is the big class. Number of commands will come tomorrow. How to check the file systems with file system type, how to check the file systems with permissions, like this, how to manage our file systems, how to check the errors, what are the logical parameters, what are the physical structure of file system. So tomorrow's class we are going to discuss. If you have any doubts, please ask me in this class.
So file permission, the topic is completed or like permissions is still pending?
File permissions are still completed. Advanced file permissions we are going to discuss after user management.
After user management. Okay, fine.
SUAD, SGAD, sticky bit to this ACLs.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. Okay, okay, fine.
Then you can understand. Then group, what is user. Then we can understand better of that advanced file permission.
I can understand it. Okay, fine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Tomorrow we will continue this class. Riaz, is there any doubts?
I will just go through the videos, sir. I will practice and let you know, sir.
Yeah, you can see the video disk management first class video. Okay, class number 6.
Okay, sir. Okay. Sir.
Okay. Tomorrow we'll connect.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
And
Thank you, sir.
thank you.
Bye, sir.
Right.